Hello friends, you are most welcome to your own classes. So friends, in the previous video I have uploaded the first lesson of chemistry from matter, but I have forgotten to send you the PDF. So in this video I will send you the PDF link in my description box. And today I will teach you the chapter that force and laws of motion of physics class 9. In this video, in the below description box, I will provide you the link of the PDF of this chapter also. So friends, let's start it. So our chapter is force and laws of motion physics. Okay. So first we will understand that what is force. uh, Suppose I have a box here, okay, and I want to take this box from A to position B. So I have to push it. If I don't push, then it will not change its position. So actually this pushing or this pulling, it means applying force. After pushing the box, it will change its position. It means it got some motion. And this pushing and pulling means apply of force. So if I don't push, that means if I don't apply any force, it will not change its position. It will not get any motion. So it is the basic introduction of force. We can take thousands of examples of force. So force is basically any interaction among the objects to give motion. Okay. So you can tell that motion is the cause, or if we don't apply force, it will not get motion. Means force is the cause of motion, and the motion is the result of applying force. Now you can take thousands of examples. Here I have mentioned a spring. Okay, if I pull it, suppose I am pulling this from this side and from this side. Means I am applying force from this side and from this side. So what will happen? The spring will expand. This expansion of spring means I have applied force, and it is the result. Expansion means result. Okay, so it is an example of force. You can give thousands of examples. Here I am mentioning the two different types of force. The first, contact force. Second, act at a distance force. Then what do you mean by contact force? Contact force contact force means the tension force, the frictional force, etc. For example, means if we want to apply these forces, we have to touch it. Without touch, these forces cannot be applied. Like here I have pulled the spring, so I have applied one tension force here. If I don't touch the spring, I cannot apply this force. I cannot pull it. Suppose in the previous example, in the box, if I don't push it, it will not change its motion. Means I am pushing it means I am getting a touch through it. It means it needs a contact. So it is an example of a contact force. And second, act at a distance force. For example, the gravitational force. It means if we want to apply this type of forces, we don't need any type of contact. Okay. Now we have mentioned the frictional force. What is this? Suppose you have a box here, and you are pulling this, so you are applying force in this direction. Okay, F force you are applying in this direction. But why you need to apply force? And you have noticed that if the box is of lightweight, if the box is of lightweight, then you don't need to apply much force. But if the box is too much heavy, then you need to apply much force. Why this is? Because there is something that is resisting its motion. You want to apply force, and through applying force, you want to give the box a motion. But but there is another force that is acting to resist this motion, means to stop your force. Okay, so this is basically our frictional force. It acts on the surface of the object, so it acts opposite direction to the force applied. Okay, this is frictional force. Now we'll discuss about the gravitational force. We all know about this term. Our earth attracts everything above the earth's surface to its center through applying this force, that means gravitational force. And to apply this force, The earth does not need any type of contact. Okay. Now we are moving to balanced force and unbalanced force. What is this? Suppose this is a box and A and B are two persons. A is pulling the box by applying 5 kilonewton force. Okay, guys, one thing I have to mention: the SI unit of force is Newton. Okay, we express this through N. Just you have to remember this thing. Now, A and B both are applying force of same magnitude. Okay, 5 kilonewton. So this will not move because the same valued force will will cancel each other. Means it will balance each other. But here, if I apply unequal forces, like in this direction, suppose I am acting 5 kilonewton. Okay, just remember 1 kilonewton equal to 10 cube Newton. Okay, and here I am applying 3 kilonewton. So obviously this box will move in this direction because here I am applying much more force than this. Okay, now the next question is, so, for the forces, to understand the concept of forces in a better way and the motion, Sir Isaac Newton has given the three laws. Okay, it is known as the Newton laws of motion. So, in this video, we'll cover the first law of motion or the first law of Newton's. Okay, so the first law: everything in the universe that will be always in static condition or always in motion, uniform, in the bracket, uniform motion along straight line, if the force is not applied to change the motion. So what did it mean? So let me explain it with an example. Suppose here I have a box. So I have a box. It is in a static condition. Means it does not change its position with time. Okay. Now I want to move this box from here to here. So I have to apply force. If I don't apply force, if I don't push it, will it go from here to here? It will not go. The box is in static condition. It will not change its motion if we don't pull or push it. So basically, what we are doing, we are applying force to change the motion, to change the position, to give it a motion. So it is meant by the first law of Newton or first law of motion. Okay, let me give another example to you. Suppose I have a car, okay, and I'm driving the car. So this car will be always drive. So this car will always be moving. It will never stop until we press the brake. Okay, if we don't apply the brake, it will not stop. So applying brake means applying force to stop it. So it is basically the first law of Newton. So according to Newton's first law, suppose any object which is in a condition of static, means it does not move. Okay, so it will never move if we don't apply force. And uh, and simultaneously, if an object is moving in a uniform motion through straight line, along straight line, then it will always be moving like that. It will never stop if we don't apply force to stop it. So I have explained this. The first law indicates if unbalanced force, and the force should be unbalanced because if I apply balanced force, like here I am applying 5 kilonewton and here I am applying 5 kilonewton. So these two forces will cancel. So basically we have to apply unbalanced force. Okay, if we want to give it a motion. So and the first law indicates that if unbalanced force acts on an object, then it will change its velocity. It will get acceleration. Now what is acceleration and what is velocity? If we want to define the velocity, then velocity equal to distance by time. Okay, or distance means the distance I have traveled, like the final position minus initial position. Clear? Final position minus initial position by time. And what is acceleration? Means what is a equal to v by t, we know. Means change of velocity with respect to time. Change of velocity with respect to time. Now what is change of velocity? Means final velocity minus initial velocity, okay, with respect to time. So we'll understand these things in the second law of Newton or second equation of. So now we'll study about the portion inertia. We all have heard this term inertia. We'll understand this thing inertia with a basic example. Suppose when a static bus suddenly starts moving, the lower portion of our body with the bus starts moving, but the upper portion of our body stays backward. So what is the basic thing behind this? We all have this experience. Suppose a moving bus, okay, we all are moving, we all are moving forward. When the bus suddenly applies brakes, when the bus suddenly stops, when the bus suddenly stops, then we the lower portion of our body remains constant. It means it remains static with the bus. When the bus stopped, our lower portion of body stopped, but the upper portion of our body, suppose if I draw, upper portion of our body goes forward. So the inertia is the main reason behind this. It is known as the property of any object that resists the motion is called inertia. Means when the bus suddenly stopped, it means it applied the brake. Okay, then it applied the brake means it applied the force to change its motion. But there is something, but there is something basic property of this object that resists the motion, and it is called inertia. So I think you have understand this thing, and I think you have liked the video. So if you think that it is really beneficial for you, so please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of my latest video uploaded. Okay, and thank you guys for watching. In the next portion, I'll discuss the second and third law of Newton of motion. Okay, so thank you guys.